February 20th, 1959, the Canadian government makes a decision. Cancel the Aero Arrow program. Immediately. Shut down production, fire everyone, destroy everything. Within weeks, every single aircraft was cut into pieces and sold for scrap. The blueprints? Destroyed. The prototypes? Gone. 14,000 workers lost their jobs overnight, and Canada threw away the most advanced fighter jet in the world. This is the story of the Aero Arrow, Canada's greatest engineering achievement and biggest political failure. 1953. The Cold War is escalating. The Soviet Union has bombers that can reach North America. Canada needs a fighter jet that can intercept them, but not just any fighter jet. It needs to fly faster than anything else in the sky. It needs to fly higher than Soviet bombers can climb. And it needs to operate in Canadian weather. Extreme cold, ice, brutal conditions. The Canadian government turns to Aero Canada, a Toronto-based aerospace company, and Aero delivers something nobody expected: the CF-105 Avro Arrow. It was stunning. A sleek delta-wing design, twin engines, cutting-edge avionics, and it could fly at Mach 2, twice the speed of sound, at 60,000 feet, higher than almost any aircraft in the world. The Americans were building the F-106. The Soviets had the MiG-21. The Aero Arrow was better than both. On its first test flight in 1958, it broke the sound barrier within minutes. Test pilots were stunned. This wasn't just a good plane. This was a masterpiece. But there was a problem: cost. The Aero program was expensive. Development costs kept climbing. The original budget? $200 million. By 1959, it was over $400 million, and the Canadian government was getting nervous. Then, technology shifted. In the late 1950s, military strategists started arguing that fighter jets were obsolete. The future, they said, was missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, surface-to-air missiles. Why spend billions on manned aircraft when missiles could do the job? Prime Minister John Diefenbaker was under pressure. The economy was struggling, the Arrow was over budget, and Canada's closest ally, the United States, wasn't buying it. The U.S. had offered Canada the Mach missile system. Instead, cheaper, already developed, ready to deploy. On February 20th, 1959, Diefenbaker announced the cancellation. No warning, no consultation with workers, just over. And what happened next was shocking. The government didn't just cancel the program, they destroyed it. Every prototype Arrow was ordered to be cut up with blowtorches. Engines were smashed, blueprints were burned, tooling and equipment were sold for scrap. Within weeks, there was almost no physical evidence that the Arrow had ever existed. Why? The official reason: national security. The government didn't want Soviet spies getting their hands on Canadian technology, but many believe the real reason was political. Diefenbaker wanted to erase the program completely so future governments couldn't restart it. 14,000 workers lost their jobs. Most of them were engineers, scientists, and skilled technicians. Many left Canada. They went to the United States and joined NASA, Boeing, Lockheed. Some of them worked on the Apollo program. Canadian engineers helped put Americans on the moon. So was canceling the Arrow the right decision? Depends who you ask. Critics argue the Arrow was too expensive for a country of Canada's size. We couldn't afford to develop, produce, and maintain an entire fleet of cutting-edge jets. And they were right about missiles. By the 1960s, ICBMs became the primary threat, not bombers. But supporters argue Canada threw away a generational opportunity. The Arrow wasn't just a fighter jet. It was proof that Canada could compete with superpowers in advanced technology. If we'd kept the program, Canada could have become a major player in aerospace. Instead, we became a buyer, not a builder. Today, Canada buys fighter jets from other countries. We don't make our own. And the debate over whether that was inevitable or a self-inflicted wound continues to this day. What's undeniable is that the Aero Arrow was extraordinary. Even today, aviation experts look at the Arrow's specs and are impressed. It was decades ahead of its time. Only one piece of the original Arrow survives intact. A nose section sits in a museum in Ottawa. Everything else was destroyed. The Arrow represents something bigger about Canada. We built something world-class, and then we threw it away. If you want more untold Canadian stories, subscribe. Next week, I'm covering the Canadian town that sold itself to pay off debt. See you then.